Hello, we are Joey Mauro, Jacob Forrest, and Morgan Kelly. We did our project on fermented meat products. Some examples of fermented meat products include pepperoni, summer sausage, Spanish chorizo, finocchiona, Genoa salami, and hard salami. An important thing to talk about is the possibility of food poisoning from fermented meat products. One scenario is E. coli. In 1994, there was an E. coli outbreak which was traced back to pre-sliced dry salami. While E. coli will not grow on meat during fermentation, it can survive the fermentation process. This means that if there was E. coli present on salami before the fermentation process begins, it can still be a contaminant, although the amount of E. coli will not increase over time. Another potential cause of this E. coli outbreak could be a contaminated knife used to cut the salami. If a knife is contaminated with E. coli, it could potentially pass some microbes to the meat. If stored in the correct conditions, the E. coli could proliferate and create a problem for consumers. Listeria is another foodborne illness that people have experienced from eating fermented meats. While it is possible and has been seen before, it is not common since the pH of fermented meat products typically creates an environment which Listeria microbes are not able to survive in. The reason for such contamination would likely be processing in an unsanitary environment after fermentation. Botulism actually got its name from the Latin word for sausage, botulus. It was first associated with German sausage as a causative agent for food poisoning. The use of nitrates and nitrites for curing meat has been used to prevent botulism in fermented meats. These substances act as inhibitors for the growth of Clostridium botulinum.
Summer sausage is a semi-dried.
Great tasting.
Smoky flavor.
Pain. Got it right here. You got to feel it working.
Peel it, slice it, put it on a tray.
Use it as a snack.
The kids love it.
Doesn't need refrigeration. You know you got a good summer sausage because you always want more.
We decided to actually ferment meat for our project. We spent a day in the meat lab and made summer sausage. Summer sausage is a product that originated in Germany and has a very mild spice block. This sausage has a pH of 4.6 to 4.8, the lower the better, and a water activity of 9.2. We made 100 pounds of summer sausage total, consisting of 70 pounds of pork and 30 pounds of beef. We added a spice mix to that, as well as a 6.25% sodium nitrite cure. We began the process by grinding up the beef and pork. We then mixed it with the spice mix and the sodium nitrite cure, as well as the Saga 200 starter culture. Once this was finished, we stuffed the sausage into paper casings and allowed it to equilibrate. Afterwards, it was placed in a smokehouse to ferment. A cook step was performed last, and this incorporated a smoky flavor in summer sausage. The microbe we used to ferment our summer sausage was Pediococcus acidilactici, but we could have used any microbe that produced enough lactic acid to bring the pH down to make the meat inhospitable for pathogenic organisms. Pediococcus acidilactici is a gram-positive coccus commonly found in fermented products. It is typically found in vegetables, meats, and dairy products. It is a heterofermenter that produces lactic acid. Pediococcus acidilactici has an ideal temperature between 37 and 42 degrees Celsius, but can grow up to 65 degrees Celsius. As it produces lactic acid, it is capable of growing in low pH environments. The acid it produces acts as an inhibitor of competing bacteria. It is not generally classified as a human pathogen, but has been shown to cause bacteremia under very specific circumstances. Here you can see photos from when we were in the meat lab creating the summer sausage. The top 3 photos are of the meat being ground up, mixed with spices and Saga 200 starter culture, and being stuffed into the paper casings. The bottom 2 photos are the summer sausages being hung on the rack to begin the actual fermentation process and the sausages being brought into the smoker.